we're in Johnson Valley. This is the soggy dry lake bed, and we're spending some time at LAzer Town for the next few days doing some testing. This morning we had a special guest in the car. Testing went great, did like 40 hard miles in that. That was a lot of fun. Right now, Kyle's out here with us, and we are going to be doing, I guess you'd say, like an acrobatic flyover thing with the race car. So we're going to come across the lake bed and hold speed around 125 to 130. And the aircraft is going to come up above us and do some acrobatic type stuff. Do, I believe, 4 passes, and then capture footage with some drones while we do that. Yeah, that's about it.
My name is Curtis Cash. My responsibility, I'm crew chief for the airplane. Today, part of my role is working with the air boss, communicating directly with the truck so that we have good timing, and we're able to keep the drone who's doing the filming and everybody together, get a really good shot. I'm also part of the safety crew. We got fire, and we're ready to go. So the plane is called a Pitts Special. It's an experimental design. It's got a 4-cylinder, 360 cubic inch engine. I think we're pushing somewhere in the neighborhood of 220 horsepower out of it. Anthony does aerobatics and air racing in it. Aerobatics are basically air stunts, doing that stuff at air shows. We also race it. We've raced, I think, 6 years at Reno. I think we got up to about 220 miles an hour average speed at the course out there. So it's a pretty capable machine, pretty lightweight, got a good power to weight ratio. I think the plane weighs about 900 pounds. It's a really capable machine for aerobatics.
Just doing a little bit of photo shoot stuff. Some sort of plane wants to do some photo shooting, and they asked us to drive the car underneath it. So it's gives us an excuse to get out here and test. So why not?
So what speeds are you going to be going at?
We're going to try to get to 130. Short dry lake bed, so we'll see how fast we can get to, but we should be able to touch that for a second. I know the plane can't go less than 100 miles an hour, so we have to be at least 100 miles an hour.
Would this consider you a stunt driver for Hollywood?
I suppose. Yep.
All right, man. Be safe.
Yep. Sounds good.
Round 1. Round 3.
You're gonna hate me. So how was it pushing the all-wheel drive Class 1 and what speeds did you hit?
They wanted us to hold it at 95, so it's pretty easy to get that to 95. And then we have the kinetic camber truck here with Garrett driving it, so he actually sets the pace because that truck is a spec truck and it takes a lot longer to get where it needs to be. So we let him go, we catch up, get as close as we can, and the plane is somewhere behind doing some sort of acrobatics. We don't see anything until the very end. It kind of swoops up and passes us, which was cool for us to see, but we have no idea what he's doing back there.
You did great.
He's doing my job.
All right, Kyle. Yesterday was a pretty exciting day. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, Johnson Valley Day 2. Day 1 was successful, 80 miles of testing, and then we got to do some exciting stuff with that plane thing that was different, not something you do every day. So that was fun. But today is the big day where we're trying to get 200 successful miles nonstop, fuel tower set up. We gotta see if this thing can survive, and this is step 1. We can't show up to the race. If it can't make it out here for 200 miles, then we shouldn't go to the race and embarrass ourselves. So that is today. It's our fake race day. We'll see how it goes.
All right, it's my lucky day today. I get to jump in the all-wheel drive Class 1 with Kyle behind the wheel for the first test session. We're gonna do a bunch of laps, put some miles on the car, come into the pits, do a driver change, fuel, possibly a tire change, and then get back out there. Chris is gonna jump into the co-driver's seat. He was co-driving for Garrett yesterday in the 6100 truck. So yeah, let's go have some fun. All right, first shakedown just happened. We did about 30 miles here in Lucerne. Gonna look over the car. Everything looks great on it. Gonna maybe do some minor tweaks. Chris is gonna jump in the car, be the next co-driver, and we'll see how that goes. right, Jason, recap the weekend for us.
Bunch of fun stuff. So had someone test driving Friday morning, messed around with that. Then we did that aircraft stuff on the afternoon. I mean, Kyle and I got into the car for some about 50 miles hot. And then today we did another 100 something. I think we did like 280 miles or 288 miles over these last 2 days, roughly, testing a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I think the car is working better and better. So definitely stoked.
Thanks, Jason.